was a math teacher. And the national news media might say, you know, in New York there were tens of thousands, in California there were hundreds of thousands, and in Delaware there was 1,000, but this is like half of our population. I want you to repeat after me. No hate.
No hate.
No fear.
No fear.
Everyone is welcome here.
Everyone is welcome here.
No hate.
No hate.
No fear.
No fear.
Everyone is welcome here.
Everyone is welcome here.
No hate.
No hate.
No fear.
No fear.
Everyone is welcome here.
Everyone is welcome here.
Thank you so much. Sit down, sit down, sit down. This is not going to be too short. It's not going to be 25 hours. I will not be up here. I love my brother Corey, but I'm not going to be here 25 hours.
Thank you.
We love Corey, don't we? You know, someone else I love is Cheryl Siskin and Indivisible. Let's give them a big round of applause. To our majority leader of the State House, Carrie Evelyn Harris. Let's give it up for Carrie. And to our representative right here in Rehoboth, Claire Snyder Hall. Hey, can I tell you a secret? I'm going to get a little quiet. Delaware's not that big. I don't want them to hear me in Maryland or New Jersey. Can I tell you a secret? We have the best attorney general in the entire United States. Kathy has been a long friend of mine, Kathy Jennings. I'm talking to her these days much more than I ever expected to talk to Kathy Jennings. But it's good news because she's fighting and she's winning. And she's winning not just for Delaware, but for our whole country. Listen, I stand before you today not just as your 76th governor, but as a husband of a healthcare worker, a father of a young child, and as a neighbor, a Delawarean, an American, someone who believes today and has always believed in the promise of this country, and someone who, like you, refuses to simply sit and watch as our nation gets dismantled. 25 years ago, I was a public school teacher in a place called Anacostia, DC public school teacher. And I became a DC public school teacher because I joined an AmeriCorps program. An AmeriCorps program called Teach for America. And today, there are AmeriCorps volunteers, tens of thousands, who've raised their hand to serve in communities across this state and across this country. This week, the Trump administration gutted AmeriCorps. They dismissed nearly everyone who runs these programs. These were not bureaucrats. These are patriots. They did not seek praise or profit. They're simply seeking a chance to serve. Instead, from our country, they received a pink slip and locked doors. I'm the only governor today who did AmeriCorps. And I can tell you firsthand that AmeriCorps isn't just a government program. It embodies America's core values: service, sacrifice, and the belief that we owe something meaningful back to our communities. I know, like some of you here, I've been in their shoes. I've seen their passion. I've felt their passion. And I understand their dedication. This isn't just bad policy, like so much going on. This is a moral imperative. We need to stand up for what this country is about. We need to look in the mirror and rise up, because this is not who we are as a country. In just 11 weeks, $11 trillion of our retirement savings is gone. In 11 weeks, they've enacted the largest tax increases on working families in the history of our nation. DC Republicans are looking to do more. They want to slash hundreds of billions of dollars in Medicaid, in Medicare, in Social Security. They're funding tax breaks for the billionaire backers that bought the last election. That's right, who let the Doge out? I want you to understand what it means for our state. She understands what it means for our state. I want you to understand what it means for our state. In our state, 1 in 4 Delawareans depend on Medicaid. 1 in 2 children depend on Medicaid. Now, you can't go through a crowd and just count 1 of every 4 or 1 of every 2 kids, because these aren't just any kids and aren't just any adults. They are our most vulnerable. They represent who we are as Americans. We stand up and fight. We don't just fight for me, we fight for all of us. Even those Trump supporters. Even you guys. Some of you guys are on Medicare, on Medicaid. Come over here, help us fight for your Social Security. Come on over. So there are these national taxes. It's a national sales tax. I'm told when I was sworn in as governor, there are 2 words you can never say as governor in Delaware. Sales tax. Well, our president just enacted a national sales tax. He did it without the Senate or the House. It's strangling entire industries. We've managed to use it to make enemies of some of our most reliable friends across this world. Sussex County actually knows this better than anyone else. There are over 1,300 family farms just a few miles from here, across this beautiful county in Sussex. And I know a lot of you are here for a lot of different reasons. One of the main reasons I'm here is we got to stand up for our friends who are farmers, who are farming soybeans, who are farming poultry, who are farming corn that feeds America and feeds the world, because they're struggling under the weight of these tariffs. Look, when you've been protected your entire life by extreme wealth the way Trump has, maybe you cannot understand the incredible crush of higher prices. Maybe you don't care if public schools get gutted because your kids never had to sit in those classrooms. Maybe it doesn't matter to you if college becomes a fantasy for working families because your kids had legacy passes and billion-dollar safety nets. Maybe when you're holed up on your golf course or charging people thousands to stay at your luxury subsidized hotels, it all seems fine. Because the only voices they're hearing are the ones who can afford their way in. Donald Trump's America is a cyber truck. It is ugly. It is dangerous. It is subject to constant recall. It is not for the American family. future for the rest of us.
Yeah.
And stand back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get too close to your television set. You never know when that Cybertruck will spontaneously combust. Maybe, just maybe, we've hit a breaking point. People came together a couple weeks ago here and all across our country, and they're doing it again today. Maybe we are finally looking the oligarchs in the face and saying, we've had enough of you profiting off of our pain. Here in Delaware, we're choosing a different path. A path that values people over profits, that prioritizes education, housing, and healthcare. As a former public school teacher, I understand that education can transform our society for generations to come. Here in Delaware, we're not eliminating any Department of Education. We're investing in teachers, raising teacher salaries higher than they've ever been. We're modernizing our classroom. We're addressing literacy. We're ensuring every student in this state has access to a quality education. We're tackling the housing crisis, a housing crisis that is acute right here in Sussex County. Yes. We're streamlining regulation. We're supporting home buyers and ensuring that every Delawarean can access safe, stable, and affordable housing. We're expanding healthcare. We're lowering prescription drug costs and fighting against crippling medical debt. The budget I just introduced seeks to eliminate all medical debt for poor people across our state. And in Sussex County, I know this probably isn't why you're here today, but I believe in Sussex County, it should never take 6 months to get a doctor's appointment. And we're going to do that with Washington's help or without Washington's help. We proposed a budget that raises income taxes only on the wealthiest and cuts taxes for the rest of us, because it's time the wealthy truly pay their fair share. Most importantly, here in Delaware, we protect the rights of every resident. That's why we're committed to safeguarding immigrant and LGBT, especially T and Q rights. We must ensure, all of us must ensure without doubt or any fear that every person and every community across this beautiful state and across this extraordinary country feels supported and seen. So let me leave you with this. I told you I wouldn't go as long as Senator Booker. So let me leave you with this. We're rallying on this holy weekend. For some here, tomorrow night is the last night of Passover. For others, yesterday was Good Friday, and tomorrow is Easter. I have two images in my mind as I stand here before you. One is of a child, a 5-year-old child. Not a Delawarean, but a child who lives in Prince George's County, Maryland. It's a child who's autistic and who is deaf in one ear. It's a child with a father who is legally entitled to be in this country, but has not seen his father in weeks. This weekend, according to his mother, he is taking to smelling his father's work shirts, because on this holy weekend, it is all that he has. That is the son of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was illegally abducted and deported from our country without any due process by the Trump administration. The other image, bring him home, bring him home, bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. So the other image, and I want our folks over here, believe it or not, to my left, maybe politically, the folks over here to my left, to listen to this image. It's the image of necklaces that I saw and I see every time there's a press conference at the White House. Necklaces with big crosses, signifying how Christian they are and how much they believe. The Easter holiday, more than anything, the Easter holiday is for all of us to unite behind the persecuted, not the persecutor. The cross represents that. The cross represents that. And the White House should honor their own faith. They should honor those crosses and stand with the persecuted on this holy weekend and bring him home. James,
Bring him home! 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 Bring him home!
it is written in James chapter 2 that faith without works is dead. You can't just preach the talk. You can't just talk the talk. They need to walk the walk. Real leadership isn't about cruelty. It's about compassion. It's about standing strong every day for the most vulnerable among us. My name is Matt Meyer. I am your governor. Thank you for your support. Together, we will take our country back. Thank you so much.